You should buy the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. And if you give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you why. This is another difficult recommendation to make. Roku has made an extremely accessible product. Their prices are always competitive in the sub $100 space. I wouldn't recommend going above that. However, Roku does have advertisements, and that's what makes this a difficult call. So let's run through the pros of the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. First up, Roku has an exceptional channel list. They are an open platform, they play nice with everybody, and if you are able to get a streaming stick for less than $100, it is well worth the channel lineup that Roku is bringing in, which is the second pro. The price for these devices cannot really be beat. Overall, you are looking at sub $100 prices for very good HD and 4K content, great channel lineup, and a very competitive overall physical package itself. Roku has a good range of devices as well, so even if this streaming stick doesn't meet your needs, I am sure that there is one in the lineup that possibly could. Additionally, Roku has included several nice bonus features in their remote. One, it's a standard up, down, left, right D-pad, not something that is complicated like the Apple TV. And if you get an upgraded model, there's the option to attach a headset to the remote and actually listen to sound from the television through those headphones, giving you a great night mode. Lastly, the streaming stick itself is highly compact, very good for plugging behind a television and basically never seeing it again. I myself, back when we used to travel, I'm not going to make that joke again, I included this in my luggage because I actually prefer to use my Roku device instead of the hotel streaming service and television service. So this is an extremely small form factor product that fits very nicely into most living rooms, something you can't really say about the NVIDIA Shield or even some of the Fire and Apple TV products. So what are the negatives then about this that makes this a hard recommendation? Well, first and foremost, it has ads. Lots of them. It has ad channels. It has advertisements in the way of things. It has sidebar ads. It has ads on the remote control itself. There's advertisements on there. I don't like ads. I've mentioned that in numerous videos now. I'll give you a little rundown though. If I buy something, I've bought it. Don't advertise to me on it. If I've subscribed to something and you're reducing my cost based upon the fact that I've subscribed, okay, I get it. Advertisements away. But, much like YouTube, give me the option even to opt out of those as well, please. So the biggest offender here, at least to me, is the remote control. The fact that they include old channels that actually don't work anymore is a major foul and a major reason of why I don't like buttons that are just completely dedicated to services on my remote controls. One, it is a form of advertisement, but two, what happens when those channels go away? The streaming stick itself can also be a bit slow. The overall interface is very well dated, it is very worn territory, and at times, the interface, it seems, still even struggles to keep up with that older UI. Now, if you are somebody that is just using this on occasions, or if you are somebody that is not completely dedicated to streaming, this may be okay. If you get a slightly higher tiered model, it's also generally okay. But this particular stick, I did notice some slowness in content. I did notice some slowness in loading pages. I did notice some slowness in just general navigation. Now, that's not to say this happens all the time, but there were a few occasions when I was just waiting for the box to catch up. Definitely the hard part about making a recommendation here is Roku really is the biggest player in this space. They have devoted a lot of time and a good attention to maintaining an open platform, somebody that plays nice with everybody. In fact, I even think that you can get Apple TV on a Roku device. From that standpoint, I should love this, but it's those advertisements that make it so difficult. I know you're going to experience ads. I know you are going to see, basically whenever you push one of those buttons on the remote, their service is going to pop up, even if it's an accidental. And that's yet another form of advertisement that's interfering between you and your content. But the price is right. And quite honestly, Roku has a lot of things that are actually going for it. Their device line is competitive. Their remote is actually useful. The headset feature is actually useful as well, which is surprising. They have a Find My Remote feature built right into the streaming boxes that they make. All of that is so many pluses in that column. Does it really outweigh the advertisements? That's where I have a hard time saying, and I'm gonna lean on the side to basically say yes, but your mileage may vary because some people are more sensitive to advertisements than others. I myself will not use the Roku product simply because of these level of advertisements, but if you are not so sensitive, they could be a great thing for you. Thank you very much. If this was enjoyable to you, please consider subscribing, and I hope you have a wonderful day.